can do whatever
we want. What a theme for a podcast called Like the Way You Drink. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our podcast tonight. It is, as you know, it is Groundhog Day. And I really wanted to say it. It's like, you know what I mean? What's the opening line to that radio show? It's like, okay, campers.
Right.
I didn't memorize it, and I don't want to quote the movie. All right.
You don't want to quote it wrong.
I don't want to quote the movie. I don't want to quote the movie wrong, but I don't want the show to just be about me quoting the movie. But last year we did something around the movie, and I thought, why not? We could do a ton of things with Groundhog Day. I mean, we could experiment with Groundhog drinks, all this stuff. But really, the biggest thing that made Groundhog Day something was that movie.
Yes.
So why not do something from that movie every year? Because there are so many hidden clues in that movie about food and drink.
Yes.
There is tons of them. And they're all subtle. They're all minimal. But you have to go through the movie to find them all, because literally, I mean, every year we find a new one.
Yeah.
We got to do that, which is what we come up with today. So, guys,
like
my voice is a little.
Yeah, you're scratchy.
My voice is a little raspy. I was down in bed sick all weekend, but I have enough energy to do the show. I've been wanting to do the show on Groundhog Day,
right?
Because this is the first year we've had it on Groundhog Day.
Slightly off.
Yes.
And last year we did the lessons we learned from the Groundhog or from the movie. I did post some of those lessons on my website. I think I tagged Simple Easy websites as well as Like the Way You Drink, but I put it on my Insurance by Design Facebook page.
Yeah.
But I tagged it and then put a picture of it was an AI generated groundhog. Here we are. But one of the things that I showed that I think I also tagged you, I hope I did, was me doing a little video, and Autumn, who was here a little bit earlier, she helped me videotape me, coming into the Black Bear Diner, being told I could not park where I was parked, and then being told I couldn't go where I was going. And then I ordered the cheeseburger and fries, and then I also want flapjacks. And, yes, and then I could do whatever I want as I went around the corner. And there were some customers there, and we told them we were going to cause a little bit of ruckus, and they were laughing. They chuckled, and Autumn said, "Do you want to redo it?" I said, "Nope." I said, "We got it done." I wanted it raw. It was fine.
One take and we're good. I love it.
So I'm going to be having a flapjack that's as big as my head, and a couple of sausage links, and of course mimosas, because why not? One thing that I did bring.
I don't think mimosas were mentioned in the movie, but we thought about this as to why. All right, we could do mimosas. What do you have with breakfast?
Yes, that was the reason. So one thing that I have here that is from Pennsylvania. Is the Blue Coat American Dry Gin. Now, I'm not going to drink it because I'm not going to disrespect the diner.
Yeah. Okay, different story. Yeah.
But I had to bring it and show that, hey, you know what? This is Pennsylvania. And I'm not a gin drinker, but this one is very smooth. I really like this. And again, coming from a non-gin drinker. So that's maybe in one of the coming years we'll do some Pennsylvania beers or Pennsylvania stuff like that, where we'll probably have to order it though, because I couldn't find anything local. So
well, there's a whole thing. I mean, and that's a whole show on Pennsylvania stuff. I grew up there. All right, so it's where I grew up. I'm gonna know it, and that's something Gladys and I haven't done on a show is drinks from where we grew up. Because actually, while the two of us live in different states, we didn't grow up in these states.
Right.
Neither one of us grew up in the states we lived in. We came here as adults. So, which
I'm
is
going to do what I did before and do a pour, like pretend I'm pouring.
Cool.
But yeah, because this is breakfast. And the Black Bear Diner does offer beer, wine, and they actually have a Bloody Mary that you can have. It's out of a can. It's a local zing. So it's actually, from what I heard, it's pretty good. So they do offer certain alcoholic drinks, which certain other breakfast places do not. And here they serve breakfast every day, all day. They're open 365 days a year. So you will have people here on certain holidays having their breakfast or dinner. So
Well, I mean, and let's talk about why we chose this section of the movie to talk about this year. There's a section in the movie where he leaves the bowling alley. All right, Bill Murray, who plays Phil in the movie, and two local guys who make appearances throughout several places in the movie. But he appeared with them in the bar, and he actually talked about, you know what I mean? Well, I was in the Bahamas. Why couldn't I repeat that day? Well, you know, that was a pretty good day. Well, then they walk outside to go get in the car, and the two guys from town are drunk, and the one guy from town takes the other guy's keys and says, "No, man, you're too drunk to drive. Give me your keys." To which he gets in the car and puts it in
starts going
backwards, to which Phil takes the guy across the street. All right. And then he goes, "Maybe I'm too drunk to drive too." And he goes, "Yeah, I think so." Puts him in the car. Well, in the car is where the conversation really begins. And he says, "What would you do if there were no tomorrow? There was no consequences." And that's where we came up with a theme, because they talk about, you know what I mean? Well, that would mean no hangovers. That would mean no, you know, and they list all these things. And the one thing that they said that became our line was,
we
can
do
do
whatever
we want. And it's like, that became a live point in the movie. But then we go down to just before, as they were starting the car up, the one drunk guy from town says, "Who could go for some flapjacks right about now?"
Yeah.
That's where the flapjack, all right, pancakes come in, which I made some quick pancakes tonight, made them myself. Actually, Gwen was supposed to make them for me, but she got caught up in traffic, so I had to quick go out and make a batch up to cook them. But I got them done in time. It's okay. Well, after going through the whole routine in the car, Bill wrecks into something, to which the police are chasing him. Phil does. And
he purposely goes over the was it a mailbox and something else?
Yeah, that's right. He ran over the mailbox. Yeah.
And then they're like, the drunk guys are like, wait, what?
Didn't one of them say, "Hey, if we wanted to hit mailboxes, we could have
done that drunk," you know? It's like, so, and then he goes under the railroad tracks, which is funny, because part of the lessons from last year was, you have to be adventurous and try new things, you know. And then I remember stating something to the effect of, well, you don't have to get on the railroad tracks like he did, but, you know, try different things, be adventurous. They were definitely being adventurous. And then when they got stopped by the police officers because they were being chased, and of course he made one of the officers run into something else, and so then he says, you know, 2 cheeseburgers, 2 fries, and you know, milkshakes. And then the one guy says, flapjacks. And he says, "Is it too early to be asking
too early for flapjacks?"
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and look what we have here. Yum, yum, yum.
Just got him coming in?
Yes, thank you.
All right, show it on the camera. All right.
One of the managers here at Black Bear Diner. You're on live.
Hey, man.
This is Autumn.
Hi, Autumn. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
She's the one that helped me create the video, you know, and she's the one telling me that I couldn't go back here and that I couldn't park where I was parked, you know. But look, pancake as big as my head.
Awesome. So tell everybody, first of all, let's tell everybody where Black Bear Diner is. Let's give a huge shout out to them for doing this for us tonight.
Oh, well, the particular Black Bear Diner that I'm at is in Wilsonville. Okay. This one doesn't have it, but there are multiple locations. So the closest ones to here are the Wilsonville, Salem. There is one in Beaverton, but the owners of this Black Bear are Black Bear Wilsonville, Black Bear Salem, Black Bear Grants Pass, and Black Bear Medford. Grants Pass and Medford are 5 hours south of here. The Salem one is about 40 minutes, because you have to get into Salem and then cross in to get to that one. That's the newest one that they remodeled and everything. It used to be a Sherry's. And then there's a Beaverton one that's a little bit older. If you go down I-5, there are multiple Black Bears, but it started in California is where Black Bear started. So there's a whole philosophy that started from a single restaurant in Mount Shasta, California. That's where they started. They had the Black Bear philosophy. At Black Bear Diner, they strive to greet all our guests at the door quickly. The server will give the attention you deserve, hopefully. They said, with a little personality too. Credo number 3, at Black Bear, they've created a menu that our guests love. Lots of options with breakfast available all day. Number 4, Wow. I like that. If you don't say that when you get your food, you either ordered toast or my cook's flashback to when you were working somewhere else. I like that. Number 4, wow. You want the wow experience. Number 5, credo. On the other hand, sometimes our guests who are not used to the portions think we are serving too much. Nobody likes to be wasteful, and neither do we. I think we have one of the highest to-go containers cost in the industry. Thank you.
Wow.
And credo number 6, I'll ask you, Autumn, before you leave. At Black Bear Diner Grows, we make this promise to you, our valued guests. We will read every single comment. So of all these credos, which is your favorite that you are like, absolutely, they're all need to be followed, but
they're all super great. So honestly, the company in itself is awesome. I love working for it. It's a really good company, but I would have to say probably it would be probably number 6.
Number 6. Yeah. They make the promise that to our valued guests that they will read every single comment. I told them that this was my favorite. Wow.
Yeah.
If you don't say that.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Honestly, people are always saying, wow, definitely.
So they appreciate our customers.
Yeah, well, we appreciate Black Bear Diner because I know they've made an appearance on our show many a times. This is the first time in person they're making an appearance. So we do appreciate you and all the things you guys help with our show. And please get one in Denton County, Texas.
We're expanding. We're expanding.
Yeah, I know we have one in Tarrant County, which is Fort Worth, Texas, and that's about an hour from me. But our area of the country, there's just very limited what the diners are. But we would love to have one here because I think it would fit Denton County. So
you can definitely go on blackbeardiner.com, and people do request to have them in certain cities and areas.
Yeah,
and it does work. So I suggest
well,
you try it.
That's the thing to our listeners too. All right, if they like them, please, all right, go on and check them out. Yeah. But this is you guys are mainly, I think, on the West Coast, though, aren't you?
Yeah, we are as far as Texas now. But we want to go further east. But as of now, I think Texas is kind of the furthest we go.
Yeah. So be sure, ladies and gentlemen, to actually visit a Black Bear when you are actually out there. All right. And I say compare them to others and see what's better. How many times we've compared in Texas our famous burger joint to California's famous burger joint. And I like California's better. Anyway.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
But yeah, pancakes as big as my head.
All right. See if you can tilt it a little bit better, get a better shot of it on the camera. Yeah. All right. That is a huge. All right. And I made mine here, but I made 3.
Well, let me get a picture of that. This is fun.
Got to get the 3 of them. All right. And I've got my typical stripe plates. So I had 3. I ate 1 because I was starving. So I'm sorry, guys.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And that usually happens when we do our show. Is Tim's usually starving by the time the show goes.
And then we got our little black bears over here. They're adorable.
Yep. And we've got desserts back there from Black Bear tonight too. But yeah, check that out.
So these are just so cute. They're just fun. And they're squishy. Mm-hmm. They're really squishy. So we got our little black bear, our wish pets. Stay. You stay. They're so cute. But yeah, some desserts. They make their desserts here, and they're all in the. I actually borrowed the container one time. I said, I got to take it. I promise I'll return it. I washed it and I returned it. So they do take care of us. I mean, sometimes it's as easy as me coming in going, I need some ice, I need some whipped cream, and they take care of me.
And I said, this is not the first time, as you guys, we've been doing the show for 3 years, and I'll bet you this has been about a dozen times that Gladys has gotten her food from there.
Yeah.
All right. For our show.
I have my mug. I have my Black Bear mug that was given to me by the owner. So thank you, Amber. Yeah. So she's amazing. I got permission to use Autumn to do the recording. I got permission to be here today. Our Rotary Club meets here. Mm-hmm. The Rotary Club down in, I think it's Grants Pass. The Rotary Club also meets there. So it's just kind of fun to see that they really, truly want to be part of the community. And I love that.
Okay. So yeah, and really, this goes down to whatever we can do, whatever we want. When you come down to picking when you're going to eat or what you're going to drink on any given day, all right, whether it be Groundhog Day or Christmas Day, or Cindy Lee says it's Tater Tot Day or it's Tater Tot Day, you can do what you want, all right. And this is, I'm not picking one diner over the other. I like to me, I want to promote them all because I can't tell you how often I've had a bad meal when I go someplace. Because, we have a bad experience, but very rarely do you have a bad meal. All right. Yeah. I've never seen anybody go, hey, let me make the worst food possible to serve to you tonight. They're doing their best. And if something's wrong with it, and it's truly the taste of the meal, what do they do every time? They actually go, hey, well, how can I make the meal better? Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the service industry. So we chose for drinks tonight, whatever we wanted to do. We went with mimosas, all right, because it was a breakfast type food. I actually had here. I was going to actually do it. I'm not, because my throat is just really killing me. I was going to do some of my moonshine and orange juice, but I said, nah, I'll just drink my mimosas instead. Anyway.
And you need your vitamin C. So I
need my vitamin C right now really, really badly. But but like the way you drink, and the concept of this section of the movie from Groundhog Day is literally thinking about what you want. All right. What do you like to eat? What do you like to drink? Just because we pick something on this show doesn't mean that we're like, okay, you have to try this. Gladys and I can both tell you things that we will never have back on the show. Mm-hmm. We tried it. We decided it wasn't for us. In some cases, it wasn't for me. In some cases, it wasn't for her.
Right.
So we don't have it back on the show. Right. Truthfully, I almost got grapefruit juice to do mine. I love grapefruit juice. Gladys doesn't. All right. There's a perfect example of like the way you drink. Do what you want. Mm-hmm. It's about your drinking and not mine. Anyway, Punxsutawney Phil, which is the most famous groundhog, all right, made his predictions today. But just for the record, can I just say that when it comes to the groundhog, he is not a meteorologist. He's an animal. All right. Sure? Don't take his word as golden.
Aw, I always believe him.
I don't.
Huh. Well, only a meteorologist can be right 50% of the time and still be considered
and still keep his job. I would love that job. So let me talk some of the things I do on my pancakes. I actually melted pats of butter between them. All right. But if I'm going to have pancakes and I'm going to have syrup, I know we have regular syrup in the house, but I'm going to have, and this is Kroger brand, I'm going to have real maple syrup on mine. All right. It's just, I know it's more expensive, but that's just what I'm going to have.
Yeah.
It is.
I love adding sliced bananas.
Yeah, I can't do that, but yeah.
Oh, I love bananas. Or I've also done like apple compote. That just makes it taste so yummy. So I've had that. It was at another breakfast joint that I tried that. And then I've also had blueberries with whipped cream.
Yes. I've done strawberries, blueberries with whipped cream.
I've done strawberries too.
And we've also done here at the house, we've done crepes this way, but we can do them with this way. And it's a strawberry rhubarb, like pie filling, but we usually make the crepes and fill it with that. Well, you could put that pie filling on top of a pancake.
Right.
I would add whipped cream to the top of it. Now, I don't have whipped cream here tonight. I have a grandson who likes to just, at 2 years old, can empty it into a cup and eat it. Can't imagine.
Oh, I love that. I love doing that I'll have whipped cream by itself.
Yeah. My grandson does that. He has whipped cream by himself, and I used to never get a bunch of whipped cream in my coffee, but when I take him to coffee with me, I have to now, because then he takes a spoon and finishes out the whipped cream in my coffee cup.
Like a little kitachino, like a puppuccino.
Yeah, exactly. It's a kitachino. Anyway.
These sausages are so good.
We were originally going to do sausages tonight, but we didn't. Again, Gwen got caught in traffic tonight, so it messed up my whole plans for what I was going to do. I'm going to bring up somebody because Cindy, I think, I thank you so much. So Cindy talking about Trader Joe's maple syrup. Yes.
Okay.
Cindy, I have had Trader Joe's maple syrup, and it is awesome.
Okay.
So the one I have here is Kroger brand, but here in Texas, Gwen and I started shopping at HEB. And she's my orange juice is HEB orange juice.
I saw HEB for the first time because I was in Austin.
Yeah.
I came home yesterday. I was there since Wednesday. And I saw HEB. I also saw an H Mart, which was just huge, and I loved it. Ended up having dinner there one day, grabbed it, and then went over into the market section and got a sake that I really like. It was fun. And so seeing some of the things that Austin has to offer, I was very impressed. Things are always bigger in Texas.
Which goes down to, all right, there's, like we said, there's certain things I like, and we can go into breakfast foods. There's certain places I used to go for breakfast. We used to have, we lived down at the condo. We used to have a place we went for breakfast all the time. It was called Coffee House Cafe. And I went there all the time because when I started doing my speaking, all right, and doing events, Coffee House Cafe let me borrow their back rooms and host events.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I became the guy who was hosting an event there. Probably every month I did something there for the longest time for several years. And eventually we did it on Monday nights because it was their slow night. And then they moved it when they closed on Monday nights. We moved it to Tuesday nights so they wouldn't have to have someone there. And the old owner, the original owner has sold it off now, probably about 7 or 8 years ago. Okay. Before we moved up here. And I remember at one point in time, about 10 years ago, when I was doing an event there on weekends or on nights, and I was going to do my weekend event at a hotel, which was I always did my 3-day events at hotels. And the owner come up to me and she goes, "Why aren't you doing your weekend event at our restaurant?" And I said to her, I says, "Well, I normally would thank you for giving me the offer. However, I would need your biggest room for the entire Saturday and Sunday morning being your biggest
busy
traffic,
time.
Busiest time. I would have to shut down 50% of your capacity. And I can't, I love you. I appreciate it." And she goes, "I do that for you." I said, "I know you do it for me, but I refuse to let you do it for me. Yeah. Because this is your business. And you would lose money doing that for me. And I can't have that." But they were that kind to me. We don't have an independent up here. I will say the one that Gwen and I like that we really love is we love going to Waffle House. Waffle House is that skinny little 2x4 joints on the side of the road. Right. I mean, they have the best pancakes, the best waffles, all right, the best eggs, the best bacon, the best grits, right? Everything they make is just fabulous. And it's one of the few places Gwen and I can get out having breakfast for under $40 for the two of us. Nice. We never get out of a place for $40. Right. Ever.
I haven't been to a Waffle House in a while. We do have them here. But the closest one, I guess it's 50 minutes away.
Yeah. Well, like Black Bear is kind of West Coast, right? Waffle House is still mainly East Coast. They started in the Carolinas, I want to say, and then spread up and down the East Coast, and then started to spread west.
Well, it's interesting how some locations go one direction or the other. Mm-hmm. Then you got Whole Foods that started in Austin, Texas, and they're everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's part of the, again, going into the we can do whatever we want concept. This is why I love to go visit different areas, because different food is different in different areas. Right. And it makes you want that experience when you go back home. So it's like us and our wines. We have a great winery we love in Napa called Saddleback Winery, Saddleback Cellars, that we love there. If we go there, we're sending at least 2 cases home. We're having 2 cases shipped home every time because we love it there. Yeah. That's where you go find your experiences, because then The 2 cases shipped home. Every time we open a bottle, we remember that visit.
Yep, I was going to say it goes back to the memories, the times that you were there.
It goes back to the visit. Yeah. Right. And I know you and I did. You and I, when we were here last summer, we did some Texas experiences, and I tried to find all Texas experiences. As a matter of fact, we found one that Gwen and I have been back to several times because of the fact that it was so unique. It was the last place we stopped. It was the most unique place to just sit and relax and have a drink.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just fun places. You know, when you find those are gems. Absolute gems with my friend that hosted me because I stayed with her, and then we went to this all-you-can-eat sushi place that she had not been to, and she says, "I will definitely come back." It was like $35 for all you can eat, and it was pretty good. I'm like, there was a lot of. The only thing is, there was a lot of fried rolls where they had fried tempura, or the whole roll was fried, and I'm like, okay, that's a little too much. But you can work around it. You just won't have as many options if you do that. But they even have soy paper. They have spicy. They have cooked. They have raw. They have sashimi. But they also added like teriyaki and other things that you can have other than fish, which is nice. Hibachi. You know, it was kind of fun. So definitely go back there. And when you have a Black Bear Diner experience, it's one of those where it's like, I want to experience that again. I want to have a pancake that's as big as my head. I want to have a burger basket, which is simple, or you can have a big burger.
Yeah.
I'm all about the burger basket. I love it when they have the burger basket because it's a cheeseburger, and fries are a cheeseburger with salad, or you can do coleslaw, or you can do veggies, you can do fruit, whatever your side you want, and you get in a little basket. So that's always fun, and I love that. Their Shasta is it's a scramble, but it's all veggie, and it's a 2-egg. So they have 2 eggs, and then they have the your omelets. They have prime rib on Fridays, and there's just a good variety of food that you can get. And the other thing that they have is gluten-free toast.
Really?
Yep. Gluten-free toast. So that was kind of cool.
I will say this, as I was looking at making pancakes a half hour ago, almost an hour ago now, when I was just starting the idea of coming up with how to make pancakes, because I didn't have a ready recipe, I really looked at a loaf of bread in the pantry and went, I could make French toast.
I was going to say French toast, yep.
Yeah. I could very easily make French toast, and I love French toast. That's a whole lot. I don't think we've had that on here yet.
Oh no, I have a recipe for French toast. It's actually made in the oven. I soak the croissants all night in the egg, milk, cinnamon batter, and I press it down with weights. Put it in the fridge, and then in the morning I pull it out. I cover it with aluminum foil, and then I throw it. And the reason I throw it in immediately before I preheat is because I want it. The glass container is cold, and so when the oven is preheating, it's bringing that glass container to room temperature to then start to heat up. I don't want to put something cold into the oven, and I don't trust stuff. So even though they're supposed to, I'm like, I'd rather do it that way. But then you cut into it, and it's just the most delicious French toast.
So I mean, it's there. This goes down to breakfast foods. I mean, we could have so many things we could talk about in breakfast foods because I love them. And I recall there's another TV show we used to watch called Parks and Rec. Yeah. And there was Ron. There was one episode where Ron actually goes in there at the strip club, and he goes, "I'm not into strip clubs, but any place that has a free breakfast buffet, I'm there." And he's sitting there eating at a breakfast buffet at a strip club. But they also had JJ's Diner. It was there, and it was the waffles at JJ's Diner. Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, breakfast for dinner just is something special. And I have done that. I've done breakfast for dinner, not too often, but it's just, I don't know, there's something, especially during the winter, having breakfast for dinner during the winter, just kind of, it feels at home. It's a comfort food, in my opinion.
Well, so we had a bar back east. It was right next to my best friend Jim's house growing up. And this bar was a bar on the one side, and then like you went through these divider doors, and there was a breakfast joint on the other. Nice. Because everybody back then, we left the bar and we went to diner to get breakfast
Yeah.
at 2 a.m. All right, to have breakfast food before on a Friday night before we went home. Well,
Yeah.
this one bar figured it out. Why not just put a breakfast place right on the Sequoia? So
There you go. There's a place down in Salem that they're coffee and pastries in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it turns into a bar.
oh wow.
So they're doing double duty.
It goes down to we can do
Whatever we want.
Yep. So, all right, well, I'm going to bring some stuff here. Cindy Lee's putting in some great feedback here today. Yes, Cindy Lee, anytime you're in the Dallas, Texas area, I will meet you at Waffle House. February is Hot Breakfast Month, and April is National Brunch Month.
Oh,
wow,
nice.
I didn't know that. So, I mean,
Just so that you know, it looks like my battery's running a little low, so I'm putting it on power save mode or energy
okay, yeah,
save mode.
you may have to grab a
so I'm
plug
doing
and
energy
get plugged
save
in.
mode.
Yeah.
Oh, it's across the way. So I'm going to put it on power save mode because it's at 6%. And usually it can last through the show. I don't know why it didn't last through the show this time. Hi, Megan.
So I think what it is the fact that you're broadcasting on a Wi-Fi that's not your system's not used to.
Yeah, I'm down to
Anyway.
5%.
So what we're going to do is we're going to be wrapping the show up here anyway because Gladys is in a public place and we didn't want to keep it too long. So what are we drinking tonight, Megan? Megan, tonight we are drinking mimosas. So anyway, and talking about breakfast food because our theme is Groundhog Day, the movie, and the line in the movie specifically where he says we can do whatever
we want.
Anyway.
So remember to go to Like the Way You Drink and sign up for our Insiders Club. That's all I'll say just because, I want to save my battery. I don't want to just drop off. And as Tim always says, we pay the bills around here. Our businesses do. So go to insurancedesignpros.com and on the upper left, you will see where you can get the white paper on 101 different ways that you can attract and retain quality staff. But if you want to meet with me and have the conversation, go to enrollnoworegon.com, and that is my calendar. That's Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, and we will talk about how you can show your employees that you care about them. And this is my co-host.
So guys, my business is the other one that pays the bills around here, and Simple Easy Websites. We do websites and marketing for people online. All right, simpleasywebsites.com. where you can actually get a website that'll help get more leads for your business. So we took over a website just 2 weeks ago, and we're going to lose Gladys now. Just 2 weeks ago, we took over a website, and we quadrupled their leads coming in. So Gladys, I don't know if you're going to be there or not. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to have to sign off tonight because Gladys is losing her battery. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to end the show with this, ladies and gentlemen. Norman, Gladys, and I would tell you as we go out. We'll see you guys next week for another important show. In the meantime, cheers.